Good morning, this is BoxingWave. Let's talk Jon Jones against Daniel Cormier after the fight. Great fight. Great fight. I thought Daniel Cormier was going to win. He was going to find a way to pull off the upset, okay? I know they're both undefeated, but Cormier was the underdog here. And I thought his wrestling ability, you know, his strength, the ability to close the distance, I thought he was going to be able to win, you know, from takedowns. I thought he was going to take down Jon Jones more than Jones took him down. I was very shocked that Jones took him down the way that he did. Very impressive win, and I think Jon Jones, without a doubt, is in a discussion for one of the best, well, he is one of the best MMA fighters of all time already, but I think he's in the discussion for the greatest MMA fighter. In a discussion, okay? It was competitive fight. I thought Jon Jones won the first round, I'm sorry. I thought he won the first round. I was very surprised at how the distance between the two fighters, it was always close. I felt like Cormier was always in range, okay? I think he delivered some of the better boxing, but I think Jon Jones had the better strikes overall as far as knees, elbows, leg kicks, everything. You know, I thought he was just the better striker, which was, you know, expected, okay? But I didn't think they would be so close. At times it was like a phone booth fight where, you know, they were just fighting close range. There was no space between them. Cormier was throwing some of the uppercuts, some vicious uppercuts, and, you know, Jon Jones was giving him some good knees right on the inside. I thought Jon Jones won the first round. I thought the second round, Cormier definitely won that round. He was just more accurate. Jon Jones seemed to slow down a bit. Then the third round, I thought Jon Jones was edging the third round up into the last minute and a half, where Cormier actually, I believe he took him down, and you know, he was just more dominant at the end of the third round. But after that, that was pretty much it from Cormier. You know, the fourth round was the most dominant round of the entire fight, where Jon Jones just took him down twice in that round, okay, and just beat him the entire round. You know, the fourth round was the round where it said, you know what, this is where Jon Jones is showing his greatness here. You know, and this is why he is the best in the sport, period, today. Okay, and then the fifth round was a round where wasn't much action. Both of the guys were gassed, and Jon Jones just fought a safer round. I believe Cormier took him down in that round. He scooped him and slammed him, but outside of that, he didn't really do anything in that round. You know, I still gave that round to Jon Jones. So I thought it was a 3-2 fight, but as far as the rounds was concerned, but I think Jon Jones' fourth round was, you know, defining round where there was a difference between these two guys, and I give him a lot of credit. You know, like I said, I thought DC was going to be the fighter to be able to beat him, and he didn't do it. You know, now I don't really know what's next because you know, I don't really see anyone at light heavy beating Jon Jones. All right, I know he still get criticized by some people about the time that he came into the sport, or not the time that he came in, but the time that he was like a top contender. A lot of the light heavyweights already that he's beaten has lost, or, you know, it seemed like every light heavyweight beat each other by the time Jon Jones kind of came in and took over. You know, like you had the you know, you had Rampage, you had Rashad Evans, you had Lyoto Machida, you know, you had all these guys, Shogun, Dan Henderson, all these guys already beat each other. You know, and when Jon Jones came in, he kind of beat all of these guys, and people argue that if he came in at an earlier time where these guys were undefeated still, or not including Dan Henderson because he's been around forever, but if he had came in at an earlier time, that he would have beaten him. And if that's the only argument you're gonna make about the guy, that really doesn't take away from anything, because honestly, I think Jon Jones could probably beat any of these guys while they were undefeated, you know, at their best. You know, if you want to say Shogun and Pride, you know, I think Jon Jones would have beat him in Pride. You know, I think he would have beaten Rashad Evans when he was undefeated, or Machida when he was undefeated before Shogun beat him. I think Jon Jones is really that good. You know, I mean, he's not my favorite fighter, but the guy has talent. You know, the guy is beating most of these guys, and he's dominated a lot of them. I don't think this was Jon Jones' toughest fight. I think the Gustafsson fight was a lot tougher. All right, it was a 3-2 fight for Jon Jones, in my opinion. But it was a brutal fight. All right, both of those guys went to the hospital. All right, they both gained a lot of punishment in that fight. I don't think this fight was on no levels of that fight. Okay, but Jon Jones is the man, and unless he goes to heavyweight, I really don't see him losing to anyone at light heavy, even if he was to fight Gustafsson in a rematch. Okay, as far as DC, you know, I don't really know, because I still think he can beat everyone else at light heavy if he were to fight him. And when he was at heavyweight, before he came down, I thought that the only guy that was going to give him a good shot, was a good fight, was Cain Velasquez. And these guys are close. They would never fight each other, you know. They're under the same training camp. That was the only fight that I wanted to see at heavyweight before DC went down in weight. So, you know, I don't really know what's next for the two of them, you know. But it was a good fight. You know, I think it was a clear win for Jon Jones. And that's that. We'll see what happens next, all right? So anyway, make sure you hit subscribe, and y'all have a good day.